Hey everyone, we are back again with another video detailing our circumnavigation of Vancouver Island aboard our 37-foot sailboat Maya. In previous videos, we've traveled 664 miles over 26 days from Anacortes, Washington to where we are now, just south of Vancouver Island's Cape Scott. In the last video, we were caught out on the exposed west coast as a major storm system rolled in.
A much more potent system is moving in north of us.
While we made it safely to an anchorage, it would be several days before we could consider tackling the trip's next hurdle, which was Brooks Peninsula. Brooks Peninsula is a giant rectangular landmass that juts straight out from Vancouver Island almost 7 miles. As far as reputations go, Brooks is on par with Cape Scott in terms of weather and sea conditions. Caution and respect are demanded, and because of this, we were in no hurry to round Brooks. Instead, we spent several days exploring the protected waters north of Brooks while we waited for a good weather window. After 2 big travel days, it was nice to relax a little bit.
There. Yeah.
At this point, we left our anchorage to move further inland, but not before we got to experience some stormy open sea conditions.
So we are just leaving our anchorage now. We were tucked in behind this little island. We just kind of rode out that gale there, but we are going to go around the corner. We're still waiting for a weather window to pass Brooks Peninsula. So we're just basically going to do some more exploring and just more hanging out, really. We just poked our heads out behind the island, and you can see, I don't know if you can tell from like the horizon line, it's a bunch of swell.
A lot of clouds, fog, lots of rain coming. That's the great thing about not being on a time schedule. Like, we can just wait it out for a few days and go when the weather looks good, because going around Cape Scott, we don't want to probably repeat that type of experience. You're cutting it a little too close for us.
You can tell there's swell. Yeah. Yeah, look at this roller coming in. Yeah.
Woo.
Down.
Jeez, look at this. I would be way more scared if we were like way out there.
Oh God,
Since
yeah.
we're almost tucked into this little harbor. Wow.
This is a rugged place.
Made it! Got some sea beans here. Just discovered that you can eat these, and they're pretty good. Kind of like a mixture between like a cucumber and asparagus, and we've just been frying it up, adding it to like any kind of saute, and it's delicious.
This is all sea beans.
For days.
This is insane.
So much food.
After a couple of days of relaxing, we saw a good weather window in the forecast. And in light of that fair weather, we moved the boat to Nordstrom Cove. This put us in a better position for rounding Brooks early in the day, before the typical afternoon winds started. So at 4 a.m. the following morning, we left to round Brooks. After a long rolly day at sea, we dropped the anchor in the protected waters of Columbia Cove and decided to explore the surrounding area by foot.
Made it. How cool.
With Cape Scott and Brooks Peninsula now behind us, we were through the trip's two biggest hurdles. We can now relax a little bit and focus on other things. Like fishing. And it was soon clear that the waters were full of fish.
We're like, what is that? And it's I think it's a sunfish.
And a short time after this,
What'd you get? I don't know. This is our first strike on the rod. Okay, I got it in neutral. The net? I saw it jump out of the water.
It was out there for like 2 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah, he's still out. That's a salmon.
Oh!
Get the net.
Okay. Shit, where is the net?
Right here.
Oh. Oh yeah. Oh my god, we got a salmon.
Go from behind.
Oh, okay.
Oh, shit. Oh, just pull it up. Just pull it up. Okay. Pull it up. Oh!
We'll get another one. The first attempt resulted in this lure getting it all tangled up.
To make matters worse, 10 minutes later, while trolling, we snagged the lure on kelp, causing the line and the fishing reel to explode into a giant tangle, rendering the rod and reel useless until we could sort the tangle out and respool the line.
This is the biggest, nastiest knot that I've ever experienced, and this is half the size that it was.
This is like a third of the size of what it was.
Oh my god, what a mess. I mean, we've spent like what, at least an hour and a half so far working through this, and
It takes two of us because I have to find where to feed it through, and then Mac like makes sure the bigger end doesn't.
yeah, I'm like running up and down the boat, like it's just running this fishing line.
Yeah.
We're gonna report back in on
What?
Big Nasty here.
After several hours, we got the line cleaned up and ready for more fishing. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have left in this video. Be sure to join us next time as we try to redeem ourselves from that fishing disaster.
There's so many fish down there that Mac caught two on one lure. How does this happen?
And there's lots more trials and tribulations on this trip to come, so be sure to stay tuned and we'll see you all real soon. As always, thank you so much for watching and we'll see you next time.
I'm trying to get the smoke out of here. Oh.
Hey everyone, we are back again with another video detailing our circumnavigation of Vancouver Island aboard our 37-foot sailboat Maya. In the last video, we were exploring Campbell River, then traveled through Seymour Narrows and up Johnstone Strait to an area called the Broughtons. And the Broughtons is a big archipelago of islands that sit in between mainland British Columbia and Vancouver Island. The following videos are from the 9 days that we spent in the Broughtons along our circumnavigation of Vancouver Island. Please enjoy. Broughtons are well known for good fishing, so we busted out our gear.
There's a little fishing setup. Nothing fancy. Okay, off we go.
Right, Mac with the first catch of the trip. Good size fish here. Oh, he's huge. How many pounds did you get?
the eagle come checking us out. Yeah, he sees.
Oh, the eagle wants some of that.
Go, nice catch, Jenny. Just leaving Freshwater Bay right now. It's been another great couple days on this trip. Would definitely recommend to anyone watching this to come here. Definitely check it out. It's great. We watched whales this morning and yesterday, and we have this whole place to ourselves. Just can't beat it. And now we're gonna go kind of a little more away from Queen Charlotte Strait and kind of tuck up in this group of islands behind us. It's nice, so we're on our way.
A few hours later, we found a nice little bay overlooking Queen Charlotte Strait and decided to try our luck with the crab traps. We carry 2 traps aboard, and we typically use fish carcass as crab bait. Cool.
Oh, and then I gotta make the bridle thing.
And the 2 main types of crabs you find in the Pacific Northwest are the red rock crab and Dungeness. Okay, so now we're just about set. Now we're gonna go fishing first, just with our live bait.
Okay, got the nipper right here.
Okay, so we're just taking that fish we caught, put it in a crab bag, let's toss it over.
Okay. 1,
2, 3. With the traps set, we kicked back and enjoyed an amazing sunset.
Picking up our crab pot we had soaking overnight, and we'll see what we get here.
Oh boy.
Got some crabs? Woo, yeah, look at that. Hopefully, oh, some of those are big.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Those are some big crabs. Hopefully,
We're having crab tonight.
we'll see if they're male or the big one's a male. That's a keeper. Oh.
Woo!
Does not say it. That's all. I mean, that's. So we caught some crab today, and we kept them
in a live well here. So it's just this simple 5-gallon bucket, screw-on lid, and got a bunch of holes drilled in there. And so we caught these earlier today, and we stored them, and now it's dinner time. So yeah, we're just gonna get them super fresh. So this is dinner tonight. There you have it. The crabs have been cleaned and now ready to cook them up. So after enjoying that great sunset overlooking Queen Charlotte Strait, we decided to stop in Viner Sound for the night. And after a quiet evening there, we headed up to Simoom Sound.
Oh, it's awesome.
Wow, that was really cool.
Just heard some splashing right as we went to bed, and there's a pod of dolphins going right by right by the window.
All right, so now we are leaving Simoom Sound, and we threw out our shrimp pot before we came in. We learned last year that that's the best way to do it, just to work from the big boat. And so now we're gonna pull it up.
And we lost our shrimp trap for about 12 hours yesterday.
Yesterday was spent motoring around looking for our shrimp trap that went missing.
We got tangled in a tree, and then somebody who left the place where we were mooring left the bay early. They saw it tangled in the tree, and they took it, and we looked all around for a couple hours, and then we went to Billy Proctor's museum, who's a local legend in the area, and it just so happened those two guys that picked up the pot and all the gear were Billy's friends, so they dropped it off at his dock, and I paddled over to his dock, and lo and behold, there it was, sitting there all neatly wrapped up.
Amazing.
And so now we're fishing it again, just a couple hours later.
Hopefully with some prawn in there. We'll find out. So here we are getting ready to pull the shrimp pot up, and we don't have an electric pot puller, so we have to do it by hand. One person pulls while the other cleans up the rope as it comes up. And prawn live really deep, so we're typically fishing over 300 feet deep. So we take turns pulling. Big success. Look at all those prawns. Oh my gosh, this is probably our biggest catch ever. Oh, that's a lot of shrimp. Awesome.
Mac is cleaning all the shrimps.
Big haul today. We'll go.
The eating is good up here in the Broughtons. And still have all these left.
So we finished cleaning all the prawn, and we're making our way to Sullivan Bay Marina when all of a sudden...
There's dolphins! You're right by the boat! Oh, they went right under the bow, Mac.
Oh, right under us. No way. Oh my god. Wow. Right there. Jenny, you gotta come up here and see. Put it on autopilot. Look, he's right there.
Oh my god, he's right there! He's like
He's
looking
right
up.
there.
He's just like keeping perfect pace with us.
Yeah, he's looking right at us.
Oh my god,
How cool is that?
that is amazing.
So neat.
Oh my
Wow, that's so cool.
Oh, that was awesome. There's dolphins everywhere.
This is Sullivan Bay Marina, where we will be staying tonight.
So we decided to stop at Sullivan Bay Marina because we were a little low on diesel, but also because we wanted to just kind of check out this little mom and pop marina. And what's interesting is all these buildings are floating on logs, and that kind of gives you a sense of how rugged the land is here. I mean, they can't even build buildings on land just because the shoreline is so rugged.
Let's not forget about that prawn. They were at part one of the feast, the shrimp feast. We did the boiled. We just ate a whole bunch of.
I've eaten so much shrimp.
There's still a lot more, but then we've got some stuff to go on the grill.
Barbecue shrimp. Oh my gosh.
After a seafood feast and picking up some diesel, we moved on from Sullivan Bay Marina. The next few nights were spent at Turnbull Cove, Carradine Bay, and Cullen Harbor. And over that time, we continued to shrimp and fish, and even found a freshwater lake, which we got to take a shower in. But at this point, we were starting to focus on rounding Cape Scott, which is Vancouver Island's northern tip. And in light of that fact, we headed to the area's biggest town, which is Port McNeill, for some last-minute engine maintenance and last chance provisions before we stepped away from civilization for 3 weeks. So that about does it for this episode. Be sure to tune in to the next episode as we discover a technical issue with our chart plotter and we outrun a major storm front on Vancouver Island's west side. Thanks again for tuning in, and we will see you next time. Cheers.
Cruisingmaya.com, workday. Typical, working on blog stuff here. And engine work in lovely Carradine Bay, British Columbia.